Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, right? It's a great Monday. I just wanted to come on here really quick and just share some little tips that I use just with, having power, being in a power position. And I think that being a mom, being a person in this world, period, you gotta be in that power move. You gotta be in that power position. You gotta feel powerful. You gotta feel like you have some kind of control, like you have some type of way to get ahead, some type of way to actually manifest what you want to manifest. And truly manifesting what you really want in life, I think it comes from having the power, having the courage, having the audacity, the tenacity to be able to do that. And I think a lot of that powerfulness comes from creativity. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I noticed that a lot of people always say, like, how do you stay home with your kids? How do you homeschool? Because for me, when I think about life, I think about things that make me feel powerless, is when I feel controlled. So for me, one of the things that I did was when I started to feel like I was losing my power, I was losing the ability to be able to control my day, the ability to be able to control what my kids are learning, the ability for me to be able to control my kids' future, I began to feel powerless. So I had to look at my environment, look at the things that were going on in my life and take my kids out of school, right? Because that was a more powerful position for me. And it definitely took some courage, definitely took some strength, but I was able to do it, right? And sometimes you have to look at yourself and figure out where can you take power back in your life. Like for me, being a stay-at-home mom, I take my power back in a variety of different ways, but I have to do it because I don't like being in a powerless position. And when I was at the park on Saturday, I was talking to someone that was at the park. It was a guy who was there with his daughter. And we were just talking about, he's like, dang, you got 6 kids? I was like, yeah. He was like, I don't know how you do it. My daughter, she gives me a hard time sometimes. And I say, my kids give me a hard time too, but I have to learn that being a kid, it can be, especially in this day and age, it could be a powerless position, right? And you think about kids being powerless, you could think about it like this, like they're told what to do, they're told, where to go. They can't really, if you think about kids and emotions with all the things that are going on in kids' lives, kids, I know he's standing on the counter, right? Look, he's in a power position, so I gotta let him do what he got to do. So I noticed that being a kid, just for me, like studying communication class, I know that most people haven't taken a communication class at all. So since they haven't taken communication class, we have a lot of people in our family, ourselves included, that don't really know how to communicate effectively, right? They don't know how to communicate effectively. So since they don't know how to communicate effectively, it spills over into the environment, and our kids are feeling powerless. And how are they feeling powerless? If they can't do what they want to do, they can't really put words to their emotions. Sometimes our kids, they get mad, they get frustrated, and whenever they express how they feel, we get mad, like, don't smack your lips, why are you stomping your feet, go in your room, and that makes kids feel powerless. They're like, hell, I can't do what I want to do, I'm having trouble putting words to my emotions, so this is how it's coming out. It comes out in other ways. So kids get frustrated. So for me, I want my kids to feel powerful. I don't want my kids to be in my house and feeling not powerful. So if my kids, shuffle their feet or stomp their feet or get mad, I don't jump on that, because it's like, it's useless. And I learned that from a parenting book. Whenever I have problems or frustrations, with my kids, I look in the parenting book, because somebody has mastered this. Somebody doesn't have to deal with this in a certain way. So that's what I do. Sorry, my kid's throwing a tantrum up there. But kids feel powerless. And can you imagine going to school where you're told what to do, you come home, you're told what to do, then you're yelled at, then you can't express yourself, and there's no one to talk to? Those are like that's a powerless position. And us as parents, anybody, we should understand, because when we get bogged down with bills, when we get bogged down with anything that's going on in our life that we can't put words to, emotions to, that are showing up in other ways, Like we all have those different things that we're working on that are showing up in other ways that we haven't quite been able to put the words to. Because if we were, and we were aware of what we're saying to ourselves and how we're feeling inside, we would have more power. So I want my kids to be powerful. I don't like jumping my kids. Even when I'm out in public, I used to be like, oh my God, I can't believe my kids said that in front of an old person. And now I just let it ride, because I'm like, I don't want my kids to feel powerless, where they can't say how they feel and express themselves. So I don't police certain things like that. My kids are the most respectful kids, most loving kids that you'll ever even encounter. I can guarantee that. You know, if I have somebody babysit my kids, nobody ever says, "Oh, your kids were a handful." They're like, "Man, they were so sweet." That's how I teach my kids those lessons. And when kids feel power, they don't have to, you know, lash out and act a crazy way because they feel powerful, right? And those are only lessons that I've learned because I've seen how my kids reacted. And I had to research and figure out, you know, how to do that. A lot of people say too, some people like, you know, just even with me like working out, you know, you really have to have courage and you really have to be around people who make power moves. Power moves in a way that they just do things the way they want to do it that make them feel better. For me, you know, working out is you know, it's not something that I just love to do, but I do it because it makes me feel good. It gives me fresh air. It gives me time away from the kids so I can, you know, get ideas and I get creative. You know, it helps me, you know, think of safer, more effective ways to do certain things that I'm already trying to do. It gives me power, right? I will miss Paula. I'll definitely tell them what's up. So that's important to me. That's important to me. That's important to everybody. What's up, David? Good morning. So I think that, you know, being in a power position or being in a power mindset is something that we all should be working towards too. You know, I like taking care of my health because that puts me in a powerful mood. I don't want to be somewhere where I can't fit nothing I want to wear. I'm not feeling attractive. You know, I don't want to be in that situation. Not when it's 2020 and there's so many solutions out there, right? So it doesn't matter what area of your life you're feeling powerless, whether it's your finances, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationships. You know, you got to be around an environment that has that breathes power for you. You know, I don't listen to crazy music, and I don't want my kids listening to crazy music with all this relationship drama because I don't want my kids to experience that. That's not powerful music. That's not music. You know, there's some music we listen to that's for fun and a few bops, but I really try to listen to the words because I don't want my kids listening to stuff that, you know, when they get older, they're gonna be listening to, you know, stuff that doesn't edify their relationship, doesn't put them in a power perspective. And I try to stay away from people who aren't in a power perspective. You know, if you're not, you know, I try to stay with people who complain. Because even when I complain, there's a time period where I got to get real with myself. I'm like, what are you going to do to take your power back? Because complaining isn't going to do anything about it. Telling somebody else isn't going to do anything. So what is going to be your power move, Brianna, to get out of the situation that you're in? So I always try to put myself in that situation. That's why I don't feel powerless. That's why I don't feel overwhelmed with having 6 kids, because I'm in a power position. This is what I wanted. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, lyrics are everything. People listen to music and they wonder why they can't find a soulmate. It's because the music you listen to and you're attracting that. Like everything you put in your mind, it stays there. So I try to keep as much positive stuff in my mind as I possibly can. I try to listen to positive music as much as I can. Because I just don't, you know, I don't want that negative stuff. I don't watch reality TV shows. I don't want nothing. These reality TV shows, especially for that are, you know, I was about to get a baby some popcorn. I'm not tripping. Especially the music that you listen to nowadays, or even the reality shows. I don't want that type of lifestyle. I don't want that type of drama. I don't want those type of friends that get together and they talk. I don't want that. So I don't watch that kind of stuff. I don't want it in my spirit. I don't even want to have it subconsciously being attracted to me. I don't watch that kind of stuff because that's not what I want to experience in this life. It's not uplifting. It may be funny at times, but I'm not going to sit there and watch a full episode, you know? Show me a clip or something that's funny, but I don't want to sit there and just watch a whole bunch of stuff where I got to just, I don't know. It's just how I roll. It's not edifying. It's not in a power position. So I take things in my life that I start to see drain my energy. I take that very, very seriously, and I try to work to eliminate that, because you gotta have power, and I try to make sure that my kids feel the same power that I want to feel. Oh, I know. We would hang out all the time. That'll be so cool. Yeah, I have a lot of people that I wish were closer, and I'm always looking for great people to connect with. I think even since I've been on social media, I've connected with a lot of people that I've never really met in person, but just have built some really good relationships, because, you know, after a while you start to identify who are the power people in your environment, you know? I know even with me having, you know, kids and losing weight, people are like, oh my God, Brianna, you're so obsessed with losing weight. And yeah, I'm obsessed with being healthy. I'm obsessed with feeling good. I'm obsessed with it. Because I know when I feel my best, I do my best. And when I feel my worst, I'm not, you know, working at the optimal health. So I always try to feel the best that I can in whatever way that makes me feel good, you know? Like I say, and no matter what you're dealing with in this day and age, it's 2020, open up a book, use your phone, you can research the solution. You just have to have courage. You got to have the power to even be able to do that. Like, there's people that are in debt right now, that are in debt, and the power position would be let some of that stuff go. You know, let some of that debt go, let some of this go. But because they don't have the courage, because they don't have either the willingness or maybe the thought process or the power of people around them to make those changes, they'll never make it, you know? That's why some people in my life, I had to kind of cut loose, you know, because I see that they keep making the same mistake over and over. I know after I got like my second car repossessed, I'm like, I'm not buying no more cars with a car note. I was like, that's enough for me, right? I that's enough for me. Like 2 times every 30 days, I got to pay somebody. I was like, that's enough for me. I don't want to learn this lesson again. That's not a powerful position for me to be in, have to start all over again. There's people I know that have gotten cars repossessed like 8 times, and they still haven't learned the lesson, right? Because they haven't given themselves a chance to recoup and repower themselves into a better position, right? Where when they can do those type of things, it's not gonna like stress them out, right? So that's just how I look at my life. I look at things that aren't really going well, and I try to connect the dots to the pattern of what's going on. And then I say, okay, look, what can I do to make this not happen again? Or what do I need to cut back? Or what do I need to go within to fix? Or what I need to go without to find? That's just how I pretty much live my life. Like, how do I go within? How do I go without? How do I go within? How do I go without? I kind of like toggle between those two things. And I try to do what's readily accessible. You know, I think being a mom, being a person, like, it shouldn't take nothing but you to close your eyes to have mental peace. Like, sometimes when I'm frustrated with the kids, if it's a lot of screaming and yelling, I'm like, I don't care what they look like. We're going outside. We're all going to the park. I don't care what they're dressed like, because certain things just aren't important at the moment, right? I just got to go. I just got to get out there. So I just wanted to share that conversation with you guys and make sure that, for the sake of your kids, that you guys are empowering your kids. Don't be nagging them, because they're already in a powerless position. They're already, even us. Some of us are dealing with things that make us feel powerless. So I just want to encourage everybody to find your power. Let go of some things that you don't need to worry about. Right? Right? Step it up in some areas that you need to step it up. Get around people that encourage you to be your best self. Don't get around people that say, oh, girl, you look fine. You don't need to worry about that. Don't worry. Don't be around people like that, because you want somebody that's going to encourage you to do what you're supposed to do with yourself, and if you can't find that, and you can't get it when you need it, there's plenty of podcasts that you can turn on at the moment's notice and be around an environment that is uplifting, that makes you feel powerful, that offers hope for you. So I hope that was a good message for today. I'm about to, I guess, get the kids' schoolwork started. See, I'm in a power position. I can pretty much plan my day how I want to plan it. When I was taking my kids to school, I started to feel real powerless. And you do your research on the school systems. I'm not teaching your kids things that they really need to learn to really thrive. I know that everything that I've been taught in from kindergarten to high school, I could have learned in probably a 4-year crash course. They spread out a lot of useless information, and by the time the kid gets to middle school, high school, they're already feeling powerless because they got so many issues and different things going on at home. So take your power back. Say, whether it's with your job, whether it's your health, your finances, take something back. Don't get stressed out. Don't let the same thing plague you year after year after year without making any type of adjustments or tries towards your truer, higher potential. That's how I look at it. You may not get it right, but at least you're changing something. Don't just stay in the same situation, the same... Troy, did you put salt on that? Why'd you put salt on it? That is sugar? Oh, okay. You put sugar.
Just to make it soft.
Yeah, I know. It's not finished for them yet. They still got to do it. But I was just hopping on, you guys. For those of you guys just tuning in, you guys don't want to catch the replay. Talked about, giving your kids power back. Just different tips that I use with my kids to, help things work together. I know when I'm mad at my kids, another tip that I'll do when I'm really frustrated and they're doing something that they shouldn't do, I say, guys, can we just all work together? I learned that think Jack Canfield, he said, if you want to get cooperation from people, don't point your finger at them. Always say, you know, if we could just all work together, if we could all collaborate, this will move a little bit smoother. So I use that with my kids a lot. When one person's like Troy, if Troy's doing something he ain't supposed to do, I'll say, Troy, can we just work together? Can you make it, because right now you're making things a little bit unpleasant. And if we could all work together and collaborate, cooperate, we could do this, we could do that, or this would be a little bit smoother. And he'll look at me, he'll go, okay, fine. Everybody wants to work together. Nobody really wants to be told what to do, and that's for kids and everything. I know we come from a culture where it's like, do what I say, do, and don't smack your lips and all that. I don't do it to my kid. I'm not trying to bully my kid. I'm trying to be like, hey, let's all work together. Look, mommy's really frustrated right now. I'm about to cry. You know what I'm saying? Because I have those days. I'm about to cry, y'all. It's getting a little tough right now. What can we do right now to help mama get back in her power position? Because mama always needs that, right? Always needs that. And that's just with anything in your life, Sometimes I have to hang up the phone people because I'm like, I'm in a power position right now. I'm feeling really good. I can't hear no sob stories, especially if you've been dealing with the same thing for a long time. Somewhere in that brain it's got to click that you got to do something different. So make sure you hang on people that help, help bring that out of you. You want some kids to try it out on? you can use mine. You can use mine. Anyway, y'all, I don't know who else is on here. I see I have 6 views, but I want to tell you guys, have a great day. Make some good health choices for your mental health, your physical health. You got something you want to say, Troy? Say something positive. Say something positive to the people, Troy. Just try it. Just try it. Come on, just try it. Just say something positive. Are you going to try something positive for me? Can you say something?
Bye.
Okay, well, something positive, though. Say something.
No.
Say affirmation.
Affirmation.
Yeah. No. You know what I mean. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. He doesn't want to say it today. He doesn't want to be the motivator. You want to be the motivator today? All right. All right. Have a good one.